to the Classical Liberal Arts Academy's Petty School Reading Program. In this lesson, we'll continue our study of English reading. Remember, there is no way to become a good English reader or speller except by practice, practice, and more practice. There is no way to become a good English reader or speller except by practice, practice, and more practice. We have learned that in English there are 26 letters in the alphabet. In Latin and Greek there are only 24. You should be able to point to and name any letter on your screen. We have learned that in English there are 5 vowels. You should be able to point to and name each of the vowels in English. We learned that there are 5 vowels in English, and all the other letters are consonants. All the letters in blue on your screen are consonants, and the letters in yellow are vowels. We're finished with the study of English vowels. In this lesson, we're going to begin to study the sounds of English consonants. In this lesson, we're going to study the first 3 English consonants, B, C, and D. You can see these 3 consonants in red on your screen. In this lesson, we'll study the consonants B, C, and D. Now let's begin our study of the English consonants. The first English consonant we will study is the consonant B. You should recognize this consonant because we studied it in Latin. There we learned its name was be. In English, it makes the same sound as the Latin be, but also makes another sound in certain words. In English, the letter B makes 2 different sounds. Let's go ahead and study those 2 sounds. The first sound made by the English letter B is the classical B sound, b, b, b. Let's read this word together using the classical sound for the letter B. Bubble, bubble, bubble. The first sound made by the English letter B is the sound of the classical B, b, b. The letter B does not always make the classical B sound. In the digraph MB, the letter B is silent, and this is the second sound of the English letter B. No sound at all. It's silent. Remember, the digraph MB in English has a silent B. Let's read this word together. Tomb, tomb, tomb. In this word, the vowel O makes the sound oo. We can hear the letter M, but the letter B is silent. In the digraph MB, the letter B is silent. Tomb. We have to be careful though, because when we see the letters M and B in a word, they may not be a digraph. The letters M and B in a word may not be a digraph. Look at this word carefully. You can see the letters M and B together. However, the letter M is a part of the first syllable, and the letter B is a part of the second syllable. This is not a digraph. In this word, the M and the B both make their normal sounds. Let's read this word together. Number, number, number. You can hear both the M and the B. The B is only silent in the digraph MB. You'll have to learn which words use the digraph and which words read both the M and the B separately. Now let's move on to the English consonant C. In English, the consonant C is read with 4 different sounds. The English consonant C is read with 4 different sounds. The first sound we use to read the letter C in English is the sound of the classical letter K, K. This sound is K, K, K. Let's read this word together using the classical sound of the letter K. Cat, cat, cat. Hear the classical K, K, K. Cat. The second sound we use to read the English consonant C is the soft English C sound. S, s, s. This sound is used before the sounds of the letters E, I, and Y. Let's read this word with the soft English C sound. S. City, city, city. You can see that the English letter C in this word is followed by the letter I. Therefore, we read the word with the soft English C sound. City, city. The third sound we use to read the letter C in English is the ecclesiastical sound Ch, Ch, Ch. Usually, we use this sound when we're reading English words that come from Latin or Italian. This is the ecclesiastical Ch, Ch. Let's read this word together. Cello, cello, cello. You can hear the ecclesiastical sound Ch, Ch, cello. This is the third sound we use to read the English letter C. Ch, Ch. The fourth sound we use to read the English letter C is a soft ecclesiastical sh, sh. This sound is only used in words that we memorize. This is the soft ecclesiastical sound sh, sh. Let's read this word together. Special, special, special. You can hear the soft sound sh, sh, special. This is the fourth sound we use to read the letter C in English words. We will also find the English letter C in the digraph CH. Here on your screen, you can see the digraph CH in red. Normally, when we see this digraph, we read it with the sound ch, ch, the ecclesiastical sound of the letter C. Ch, ch. Let's read this word together. Rich, rich, rich. The sound of the English digraph CH is normally ch, ch. On your screen, you can see an English trigraph, or a combination of 3 letters that make one sound. There are 3 letters together making one sound. That is a trigraph. You can see the letters T, C, and H. When we see this trigraph, we read it with the sound ch, ch, ch. Let's read this word together. Watch, watch, watch. Here again, we see the English digraph CH, but here the sound is different. In this word, and in many words, the digraph CH does not make the sound ch, ch. The digraph here makes the sound of the classical K, k, k. Let's read this word together. School, school, school. Do you hear the classical sound of the digraph k, k, k? School, school. The digraph CH also makes the sound of the soft sh. In this word, we again see the digraph CH, but it doesn't make the sound ch, and it doesn't make the sound k. It makes another sound, sh. Let's read this word together. Machine, machine, machine. So you see, the English digraph CH can make 3 different sounds. Ch, k, or sh. The letter C is also found in the English digraph CK. The digraph CK is always read with the sound of the classical K, k, k. Let's read this word together. Lock, lock, lock. The digraph CK always makes the sound k, k, lock. Now let's move on to the English consonant D. The consonant D makes 2 sounds in English. The consonant D makes 2 different sounds in English. The first sound made by the English letter D, and the sound that we normally use to read this letter, is the sound of the classical D, 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 d. Let's read this word together. Dad, dad, dad. This is the classical sound d, d. In some words, the letter D makes the sound j, j. This is the soft English D sound, j, j. Let's read this word together. You can see in this word the digraph CH. Here, we'll read it just as we read it in the word school, k, k. Let's read this word together. Schedule, 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 schedule. Do you hear the soft English D sound? Schedule, schedule. In this English word, we see the letter D followed by the letter G, and this makes the digraph DG. These are 2 letters that are read together as one sound, a digraph, DG. The digraph DG is read with the sound J, J. Let's read this word together. Judge, judge, judge. Now let's review the sounds we've studied for the consonants B, C, and D by reading some English words. Let's review. On this screen, you can see a number of English words. Each of these words has the letters B, C, or D. I'm going to read these words and then you can practice them. I'm going to start at the top in the red column. Point to the first word at the top of the red column. Bad, bad, bad. Bed, bed, bed. Bud, bud, bud. Cab, cab, cab. Cub, cub, cub. Duck, duck, duck. Back, back, back. Beach, beach, beach. Now let's move to the top of the green column. Dice, dice, dice. Cube, cube, cube. Church, church, church. Black, black, black. Pencil, pencil, pencil. Climb, climb, climb. Cedar, cedar, cedar. Bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. Now let's move to the top of the blue column. Womb. Here we find the digraph MB and a silent B. Womb, womb. Bach, bach, bach. Match, match, match. Chorus, chorus, chorus. Chick, chick, chick. Cecilia, Cecilia, Cecilia. Double, double, double. And lastly, child, child, child. You may find reading consonants to be very easy, much easier than reading vowels. But you must remember, there are many words in English whose spelling does not match their sounds. There are many words in English whose spelling does not match their sounds. Let's look at a couple irregular words. In classical Latin, we would read this word as Caesar, Caesar. In ecclesiastical Latin, we would read this name as Caesar, Caesar. In English, we read this word with the soft English C sound, Caesar, Caesar. You may remember that we learned the letter C is read with the soft sound before the letters E, I, and Y. But what you should really remember is that we read the English letter C with a soft sound before the letters E, I, and Y, or before their sounds. In this word, we see the letters A and E, but they make the sound of the letter E. Caesar. That's why we read it with a soft English C. Caesar. Here we see an irregular word with a silent B. This is the word debt, debt, debt. You can hear that the B is silent. Debt, debt. This is an irregular word. Remember, there are many words in English whose spelling does not match their sounds. There are many words in English whose spelling does not match their sounds. If there are so many words in English whose spelling does not match their sounds, how can we possibly learn all these? You will learn to spell rightly the more you read and write. There's no easy way to master English spelling. It takes time. You will learn to spell rightly the more you read and write. There's no easy way to master English spelling. It takes time. But you have to promise that you will never guess at the spelling of words. Never take a lazy guess at the spelling of words. If you don't know how to spell a word, you should look it up in a dictionary or ask for help. Never guess at the spelling of words. If you do, then you'll spell them wrong, and you'll memorize bad spellings, and then you'll really be confused. Here on your screen, you can see all the words that we use to remember the sounds of the English letters B, C, and D. Let's read them together. You'll memorize these in your lesson. We remember the sounds of the English letter B with the words bubble and tomb. We remember the sounds of the letter C with the words cat, city, cello, special, rich, watch, school, machine, and lock. We remember the sounds of the letter D with the two words dad and schedule. And we also remember that there are many irregulars. On your screen, you can see the words of the Lord's Prayer. In the prayer, I've made every B, C, and D red. You should practice with your mother or father or an older brother or sister who knows how to read, and make sure that you read every B, C, and D correctly. In this slide, you can see the Hail Mary. Every B, C, and D has been printed in red. You can ask your mother or father or an older brother or sister who knows how to read to let you practice reading the Hail Mary, and make sure that you read every B, C, and D correctly. I hope that you've enjoyed this lesson in the Classical Liberal Arts Academy's Petty School Reading Program. For more resources from the Classical Liberal Arts Academy, visit us online at classicalliberarts.com.